RAM prices are so high now, so there's a manufacturer who sell fake RAM sticks. So if you have your computer chassis with plexiglass on the side and people can look into your RAM sticks, now you can pretend that you are able to afford 2 RAM sticks when in fact you only have one real one. It says here RAM kits are now sewn with one fake RAM stick alongside a real one to create a performance illusion. 1+1 value pack offers desperate psychological relief as the memory shortage worsens. Filler RAM won't make your system run any better, but it will at least make it look good. And here we can see a picture of one of them. So you have one real one and then one that is fake. The best RAM on the market has become extremely expensive and out of reach for most consumers since the global memory shortage began. Fortunately, 𝗬𝗓𝗓 has stepped in to save the day. The company has announced its 1+1 value packs, which cleverly include one real memory module alongside a matching filler module. Even if your budget only allows you to purchase a single real memory module, you can still achieve the look of a dual module setup in your build. That's very important, so people will not shame you when they see only one RAM stick. So now you can pretend to have 2. It's just like in school when you needed to have a jacket with the right brand or jeans with the right label. Now people are showing off that they can afford 2 memory sticks. Filler modules, more commonly known as dummy modules, have become a popular accessory for PC builders in recent years. Corsair pioneered the trend when it launched its light enhancement kits, giving consumers an affordable way to populate all the empty memory slots on their motherboards. These visually identical replicas of authentic memory modules enhance the overall appearance of systems, helping consumers achieve that coveted fully equipped look. Their sole purpose is cosmetic though. While they light up and synchronize with your existing RGB ecosystem, they don't contribute to your computer's memory capacity or performance. Yeah, but it's the appearance that is the important thing here. Despite the growing importance of aesthetics in PC building, few memory vendors have fully embraced the concept of dummy or filler memory modules. 𝗬𝗓𝗓 is the only brand that has invested significantly in the idea. The company not only offers filler modules as standalone packs, but also include them as additional accessories in some of its existing memory kits. Today's announcement marks the launch of new 1+1 DDR5 memory kits designed specifically for AMD systems. That's great that they're stepping up so we can have these fake modules. Thank you. The goal of this 1+1 DDR5 solution is to give gamers a more flexible and accessible way to start their DDR5 build without sacrificing appearance or future upgrade potential, said a 𝗬𝗓𝗓 representative in the press release. I don't really understand this with the future upgrade potential. Like, why do you need to have a fake RAM stick to be able to upgrade it in the future? Doesn't that depend on the motherboard? Isn't it just that the motherboard needs to have enough slots? And I think it's quite standard motherboards to have 4 slots, so you can usually have 4 DDR5 sticks. So I don't really get why this with the fake stick, why does that have anything to do with future upgrade potential? But this with sacrificing appearance, of course, that is very important. People might think that I'm poor if I only have one visible stick, so of course I need to have a fake one as well. Here we can see again one of the value packs, performance RAM plus RGB filler kit, complete RGB look instantly. That's great, and it's gaming memory as opposed to regular memory. This is for gaming. Here's the next screenshot. Wow, it's white and you have some RGB here, and wow, so cool. And here they have some illustration. You have your actual RAM and then you can have filler modules. Here is another setup if you have 2 real ones and 2 filler ones that don't do anything. Wow, it's upgraded version. Wow, that sounds amazing. 𝗬𝗓𝗓 is launching its new 1+1 value packs from both the 𝗬𝗢𝗖𝗧 and 𝗦𝗢𝗡𝗟 series, beginning with DDR5 6400 speeds. The manufacturer didn't share the memory timings or whether Intel XMP 3.0 support is present. I have no idea what this is. Given that AMD is the target for these 1+1 value packs, they may only come with AMD Expo support. I have never heard about this either. The 𝗬𝗢𝗧 series arrives in a 16GB configuration, while the 𝗦𝗢𝗡𝗟 series will be available with a slightly larger 24GB option. Wow. In this age, if you can afford 24GB, yeah, then you're really rich. 𝗬𝗓𝗓 has also shared its plans to roll out 2+2 configurations in the future, featuring 2 genuine memory modules alongside 2 filler modules for even greater visual appeal. Wow, you're gonna look so rich with 4 memory modules. Wow! While 𝗬𝗓𝗓 markets the 1+1 value packs for AMD platforms, company should specifically highlight AMD's Ryzen chips with 3D V-cache, such as the Ryzen 7 9850XD or the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. Yeah, this doesn't tell me anything, but maybe that's a good thing with 3D V-cache. Who doesn't want some 3D V-cache? AMD's X3D chip's massive L3 cache helps offset the typical drawbacks of running single-channel memory or operating at lower data rates, such as the baseline DDR5 4800. It's important to emphasize that this is only partial mitigation, as there is still a measurable performance loss relative to an optimized dual-channel configuration. Okay, so maybe it's good to have 2 memory sticks, but I don't think this with a fake one that it doesn't make any difference. You will see an even bigger performance regression on vanilla Ryzen 9000 chips that don't have the luxury of the 3D V-cache. All of this is a lot of mumbo jumbo to me that I don't understand. I'm only interested in the fake memory sticks. Where do I get them? Naturally, the performance difference will vary depending on the specific application or game, as some workloads and titles are much more sensitive to memory than others. For users aiming for peak performance, a dual-channel memory configuration remains the gold standard. However, with memory prices currently inflated, it's easy to see the appeal of cost-effective options like the 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏 1+1 memory kits. So I wonder what I mean here, if it actually has some effect of a 1+1 memory kit with a fake memory stick. Does it actually do anything with this, that they say that a dual-channel memory configuration remains the gold standard? I wonder, like, having a fake stick, does it actually perform any better? I very much doubt so. 𝗕𝗏𝗏 hasn't shared the pricing or availability for the new 1+1 value packs. The company confirmed only that distribution is through selected global partners such as Newegg. I think this article was a bit weird because they say that filler RAM won't make your system run any better, but at least make it look good. So they say that it doesn't matter at all with this fake memory stick. So then I don't understand why they down here are even talking about this with dual memory, that it's better. Like, how is that relevant when you have a fake memory stick? It seems like two completely different things. And if these options are 16 gigabytes and 24 gigabytes, but if it's better to have 2 memory sticks, wouldn't it be better to have 2 8 gigabyte sticks? Although it talked about this with upgradability, then like, yeah, you have wasted 2 slots and 2 memory sticks that are only 8 gigabytes each. So if you eventually would like to use 4 memory sticks, yeah, then maybe you don't want to waste them on 8 gigabyte sticks. But I still don't get this with the fake memory stick. It seems kind of pointless. But if you don't plan to buy a lot of RAM, then yeah, maybe you can have 4 8 gigabyte sticks, and then yeah, only have 32 gigabytes in total. But if you plan to have more RAM than that, yeah, maybe start with one 16 gigabyte stick, but this with having an extra fake stick, yeah, as they said, it's only for appearance. So it seems a bit unnecessary with all these details about different chips and cache, and them being better with the dual memory. Like, this whole premise is that you can only afford 1 memory sticks, and that's why you're buying this weird value pack, because you can only buy and afford 1 memory stick. That's why you're getting 1 fake one as well, that they say here doesn't make any performance difference. So a bit of a weird article, but still a cool invention. Of course, we need to have filler kits now in this expensive time with RAM. Of course, we need to still look like we are able to afford having memory. But this was everything for today. Please share any comments if you are gonna buy one of these fake filler kits. Does it look enticing, and will it make your system look any better? I wish you a good day, and we will see each other another time. Bye bye.